Morning folks, welcome to our final Queensland Daily Weather App for season 2022-2023. My name's Chris Nitzo. This update brought to you by our major sponsor, TownsvilleSheds.com. Check them out if you're in the market for a shed-safe accredited shed. Right, we've got a bit of convection going on here off the Western Cape coastline. We've also got a bit of convection going on off the coast of Mackay. There's a trough system coming onto the coastline around the Mackay region, pushing up towards the Whitsundays this afternoon, which is going to create a few showers and thunderstorms in that area. You can see some high cloud with not much rain, if any rain, associated with any of that high cloud activity pushing across southern Queensland. As expected yesterday, we saw some fantastic storm activity across central Queensland with falls in excess of 50 millimetres in isolated pockets of that coastline. Hit and miss as always. We can see today we've got a bit of convection across the Western Cape. We've also got some convection pushing into or developing in that Mackay Whitsundays region. You can see as we get into 2, 3, 4 p.m, quite a bit of little bits of light blue across this region, suggesting there is some convective rainfall right along the trough line. A little bit of convective rainfall out the back of Townsville and a little bit of convective rainfall through the Atherton Tablelands region as well as the Cape York Peninsula area. None of that looks overly strong or severe. If anything, I suspect that stuff around the Whitsundays might fire up a little bit more than anywhere else, just because that's exactly where the trough is going to be lying this afternoon and this evening. As we progress into tomorrow, we can see once again, overnight tonight, by the way, we've got a little bit of convection continuing to develop along the trough line, so potential for showers, maybe even an isolated nighttime thunderstorm around that trough line area. Outside of that, we're expecting to see mostly fine conditions through the night time, except for Cape York Peninsula, which tends to see that overnight activity near the coastline and pushing offshore in the morning. As we go into tomorrow afternoon, we can see a little bit more substantial convection over a wider area across central and north Queensland. Rainfall between now and when we talk tomorrow, we can see continuation of some showers and storms overnight, early in the morning tomorrow out here over the Western Cape. Obviously this morning we've got a little storm out there in the southwestern Cape. We've got a bit of convective activity through the northern and far northern interior, through the northeast interior, and you can see that slight enhancement of rainfall around that Mackay Whitsundays region where that trough line intersects the coastline. Surface winds today are going to be beautiful across much of the state. Expect to see southerlies, particularly in offshore waters across central Queensland, just ramping up a little bit on the south side of that trough. So you can see the trough intersecting around the Whitsundays. To the north of that this afternoon, expect to see a fairly strong sea breeze developing in that Townsville-Bowen coastline, and expect to see a fairly fresh southeast easterly flow in that area just to the south of the trough line. But that's about the extent of any bad winds around the state today. And you can see this afternoon when we add the wind gusts to the equation, you can see gusts up to 15 to 20 knots on the south side of the trough, gusts up to 15 to 20 knots on the north side of the trough. That's it for this season, folks. No more daily updates for this season. All the big major wet season weather is done and dusted. However, we will come back if there is an out-of-season or late-season monsoon low or tropical cyclone impacting the coastline or expected to impact the coastline. We will come back for that, but not general rainfall activity or not general shower and storm activity. However, if you are a subscriber, you will continue to get access to daily forecasts, in-depth forecasts as well. So head over to join.ozcyclonechasers.com.au, and the best thing is if you subscribe at this time of the year, you're going to be able to get most of or all of next season as well. Subscriptions are yearly, $54.95 for all we've got to offer, $39.95 just for our video forecast, $29.95 just for our weather graphics, and if you want to combine those two, it costs you $54.95. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you for watching these videos. I'll have a chat to you next season or when there's any major weather coming around.